Raid Shadow Legends Stu here with some updated information on Lizardman Assemble, the new fusion that we have that is actually live right now. It's pretty crazy. A lot of you guys put this in the comments below on my last video that we would need 4 Skullsworns for each Drake fusion to do this, and you were 100% right. And we have to go to the sewers of Arnok to be able to farm these. I don't like this. It's a lot of farming. Doesn't sound like fun to me, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna see what we can do. See if free to play can get this taken care of. We do have 3 weeks and 2 days. That's a pretty good amount of time. But if you're free to play, you have limited energy. You're gonna be farming this. How often do they drop? We don't know, but we're gonna spend 2,000 energy right now and see how many we can get to drop out of 2,000 energy. And I will tell you, to do Nightmare on this, it's not that difficult. It's really not. We're gonna go into campaign. We'll go to Nightmare, and I'll show you my shield guard. Sewers of Arnok, here we are. Now I want to do shield because shield is going to give us, when you sell a shield, we get the most coin out of all these weapons. Out of all these gear here, shields are the best to sell, and this stage isn't bad. This stage is much easier on brutal, but we still get through it very fast. Now keep in mind, we're on Nightmare right now. This is Nightmare campaign, stage 3, going with my normal 12-3 farmer shield guard. So whatever you have, as long as it's Spirit Affinity, even if it was Force Affinity, I think you would be okay going through here. Of course, we're going to have a very slight, improved chance to get a Skullsworn drop from Nightmare over Brutal. We could be talking a 3% chance to drop. Maybe we get a 3.5% chance to get to drop here. I don't know. I don't know the numbers. I'm just guessing, but I'm sure the increased percentage isn't crazy, but it could add up, right? It'll add up over doing so many runs. Definitely. So here we are. 27 seconds. Very easy to do. We'll sell the shield. Good to go. Let's go back over. So I'm going to farm it, though, on brutal with our 2,000 energy. So right now we have 2,091. We're gonna do this just to show you how fast it is here on brutal. I'll do 2,000 runs. We'll come back, look over it, see what we have, see how many dropped, and talk about it further, because I don't know. We haven't done it yet. Here we go. Let's see how long this takes. It takes 8 seconds. So 8 seconds to farm. That's, it takes 8 energy to do it. 8 energy divided by, 2,000 divided by 8 energy is 250 runs. So really, we're going to do a little over 250 runs. Let's see how many we get to drop. So I'm going to put this on auto, and I will be right back. And we are back. Let's check it out. I haven't looked yet to see what we're going to need. So we spent 2,000 energy. We got, a lot of shields. We did over 250 runs. Is it worth it for you? Can you do it as a free-to-play player in 3 weeks? Now, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of energy. As long as you're going through these stages and actually leveling up fodder with it, it's not a huge loss, right? Yes, you're not getting as much energy, but you are working toward getting a fusion done. So you go in here, you bring some fodder. I was leveling up Sandlast Survivor, then some other champions I needed to level up. So it's not a terrible loss. Plus, again, it's not really a loss. You're working toward the fusion. Working toward the fusion. Let's look at what I got. Let's go over here in champions and see what I have down here in our Lizardmen. So we've got 1 stars, 2 stars, and we do have 2 Skullsworn. So 2 out of, over a little bit, 2,000 energy. We'll say 2,000 energy. We're right there at it. Over 250 runs. So 1 Skullsworn per 1,000 energy, and we're going to need, what, 16 of them? Also, somebody messaged me on Discord while I was doing this and say, hey, I just ran 2,000 worth of energy and got 0. I don't know which stage they were running. I think they were running brutal, but still, I ran brutal instead of nightmare because I think it's more accessible for you guys out there to see free to play if it's, if you can do this or not. Who knows? Who knows if you can or not? We're going to need, look at this. So if we do 1,000 per 1, we've got 8 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to need 16. So, well, 1 per 1,000, right? So 2,000 each. 1, 2, 8 times 2,000, that's 16,000. We're going to need 16,000 to get this done for what I'm at right now. For me, if I'm lucky enough. Or maybe I'll get luckier and it'll cost me a little bit less than 16,000. Maybe it'll cost me more than 16,000. I really don't know, but right now, getting those 2, then that's what we're looking at for me to do this, for me to get it done. And I just don't feel like he's worth it right now. Of course, it's always good. If you can get a legendary, get the legendary done. Do the grind up some food, grind up some fodder. Go ahead and knock this out. Don't forget, whenever Force Affinity Keep comes up, grind the crap out of that, because you've got to, look at this. You've got to do all of these, right? And then you got to make these drakes, and then you need Spirit Affinity. You're going to have Spirit Affinity for the drakes. So don't forget that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I really don't enjoy this at all. Seriously, this is not fun to me. This is not even cool for them to put in the game, I don't think. These random drops. There were a lot of people who did these drops back when you could get a champion from Spiders or Fire Knight. And I had friends always message me saying they spent 5,000 energy and never got the drop for that fusion from that. You remember when we had those events? They would drop from Fire Knight, they would drop from Spiders at different times for a couple weeks, and you could get the rare champions from there, but they weren't dropping for people. They weren't. And they even went back and kind of updated the numbers too to help people out on some of those events. So maybe they'll come and update these numbers. I don't know. I know some people are going to have bad luck and do like that person told me, do 2,000 and get 0. I know some are going to have good luck and maybe get, you know, I got 2 out of 2,000. Maybe they're going to get 2 out of 100, 200, 300. Who knows? It's RNG, right? It's all about that RNG. I'm just hoping out of 16,000 I can get it done. That is still a lot of energy. I mean, a lot of refills if I want to bust through it and do it right away, or a lot of time if I want to do it every day as well and sit there and just keep hitting the button to auto repeat and farm that with whatever fodder I want to put in there. And I just don't feel like this champion is really, really worth it. Of course, it's always good. You never know. You never know what they're going to be good at. Well, Lizardman, come on. You never know what they're going to be good at later on in the game. He looks 100% Fire Knight to me. He does not look like a Rotos distraction where you're going to come in and provoke Rotos to come and get you. You're going to have strength it on and take 25% less damage. You're the, you know, he could do a weak fit hit. Rotos could do a weak hit on him because he's force, and then you could do AoE and decrease the attack of everybody else on the opposing team. And then here, this just screams Fire Knight to me. Hit 2 times. Each one fills this guy's turn meter, as well as a 30% chance to repeat this hit and put heal reduction up. That sounds like Fire Knight to me, right? It really does. And then Skullsworn sounds like Fire Knight as well. And then bringing back a Skullsworn every turn with 50% HP and 50% turn meter is actually, it's fun. It's like a fun mechanic, right? So you could bring this in as your really high DPS, and then if they die, you bring them back to life. Maybe he can be your little patsy tank. Everybody's going to attack this guy. Make him a little bit tanky, but not too tanky. Make sure that they're always attacking Skullsworn, and he can take a few hits. And then this guy's going to, you know, it's only going to bring it back when he takes a turn, when the Lord does. So your Skull Lord takes a turn, brings him back to life, and then again, they should all fold and attack this person. Maybe it's for Spiders or something. Who knows? Who knows what we can work with to do, even on Spiders. And this passive, I don't think works well at all. I just don't see somebody attacking you that many times, and even in Arena, for it to last, for True Fear to take effect, for you to decrease them by 20%. I think this one is a real big miss. I don't think True Fear is going to activate that often. It can't work on bosses. Maybe Faction Wars, this would be really good if you're getting attacked a lot. But even in Faction Wars, we're dropping waves now quick, really quick. So I don't feel like this is something you guys have to focus on. It's not like a Rotos fusion where you're like, you look at Rotos and you know, man, that guy's going to be overpowered. I look at this guy and I'm like, okay, maybe it could be a lot of fun. He's got great stats. I mean, these stats are all super amazing. This resistance and accuracy too. And the thing is to always do it, because really, you never know. You never know what somebody might find out, and after testing him, what might be really good for him. But we do have 3 weeks, so I know there's some people who already have this champion and are already testing him. So if you find out that it's not for you, watch those videos first, decide whether he's for you or not, and then you'll know whether you want to spend all that energy and all that time farming to get all these Skullsworns to be put together. That's so many, right? So many Skullsworns. It's insane. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. It's pretty crazy, right? Right when you look at this, it does not look like fun at all. I just got 2 for 2K, I know, but oh man. And then after I get them all, I got to make them 4-star. That's even more food, right? We'll probably get it all by farming. All those 2 stars it drops, we could turn them into 3 stars. Everything we use from farming, we could probably use all those materials, all those 1 stars to level it up and get this done. And then again, the Ascension materials. It's going to be so much energy farming Force and then farming Spirit. The keeps. And then Arcane. We got to farm the Arcane pots as well. So we got to farm all that to get this. I have 1 Drake. 1 lonesome Drake. And that's all I have. So for me, I get to cut it off by 1. A little bit lucky. I don't know. I'm sure some of you, if you had 3 Drakes, you're living the big dream. All you got to do is get 4 of these, do it up, you're done. Nothing else to worry about. I wish I had 4. Believe me, I don't want to do this. Again, I find this very, very boring. This does not scream fun to me or for anybody to do. But again, if you're grinding food, I guess it's not that bad. But please let me know your comments below. What do you think about this? Do you think it's worthwhile for you to do? Do you think this champion is going to be good in anything other than Fire Knight and Faction Wars? Do you think this champion actually has a place in doing something major in the game? Please let me know. I will see you guys all on a video soon.